Russian football is still in the European field, and our domestic championship will be resumed soon after the winter break. And to visit the Premier League matches, you will need a fan card or a fan ID. In 5 cities, this scheme has already been tested. Now there are 7 more. At the entrance, you just bring a QR code to the tourniquet. A personal photo will guarantee that it is you and no one else. Everything is simple and accessible.
Here the fans put the QR code, go through, stand for identification. The steward checked. He is, that's it. Here the fan goes further. He is examined with a metal detector.
And the whole procedure takes a few seconds. That is, you do not have to stand in line for hours. In Orenburg, they are testing the Fan ID system. You can watch the game of your favorite team now only if you have a fan card.
The general rehearsal is already finishing. Earlier it was held at this stadium. Now the scenarios are being worked out, how the fans will be allowed to enter the stadium.
And the same in Moscow. It is important to check how the system is set up. The reader must recognize the QR code both electronically and on paper. At first, without a fan ID, it was impossible to get to the game in Sochi, Nizhny Novgorod, Samara, Rostov-on-Don and Yekaterinburg. From March 3rd, a fan card will be needed in 7 more cities. This rule will apply to all the clubs of the Russian Premier League. Many fans have already managed to assess the advantages of the e-card, although at first they were skeptical of the innovation. Like Georgy Kamvovo, he is a fan of Paris Nizhny Novgorod. Now, when the system of roll call in his native city is recognized, it has become much more convenient to go to the games of his favorite team. And you can also win club prizes by the numbers of the fan cards. So, Georgy got the right to make the first symbolic blow in one of the matches. And this is never forgotten.
When I went to the stadium, I immediately looked around and saw such large stands, such a large stadium, and I go out to it. Many stars played here when the World Cup was held. Bright emotions.
It's easy to register a card for a fan. You just need to submit an application on the state service portal, fill out the questionnaire, upload your portrait photo, confirm the data, and a little later come with a passport to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So, Fan ID has already registered 450,000 Russians. In the future, it will become even easier. Without a visit to a multifunctional, you will only need the application of the state's.
You can get a Malchik card remotely using a unibiometric system and a foreign passport with a chip. Identification will be provided using these 2 identifying tools.
The fan card is needed by both adults and children. Without it, it is simply impossible to buy a ticket to the match. By the way, the fan ID will be necessary not only for the spectators, but also for the organizers of the match, journalists, and even the players themselves.
Once you get a passport of a fan, you can easily exchange tickets with friends and relatives, attend football matches and feel absolutely safe. We can see it from the statistics provided by our colleagues from the Law Enforcement Unit. Significantly reduce the number of criminal manifestations during football matches.
To do this, they launched the Fan ID system, so that nothing prevents you from enjoying your favorite game.